Hi. Okay, so this video is all about tips, tricks, troubleshooting. Wow, I didn't know that was a tongue twister till I started saying it. Tips, tricks, and troubleshooting. I will not say that one again together. Okay, that's what this video is all about. You just got your makeup in. Yay, it's exciting, but it's a little bit different going to cream from liquids or powders. If you've already used a cream, then that's awesome. But if you haven't, chances are you haven't, then it's a little bit of a transition, right? So when I first got started, it took me about 2 weeks, truthfully, full transparency, for me to get 100% on board with the makeup. I tried it the first time and I was like, maybe, I don't know. I tried it the second time and I was still kind of like this, but I was getting compliments that I didn't typically get. And I was hearing, oh my gosh, you look so good. Are you wearing makeup? You've got this glow. And I was like, what is happening? So I kept on with it and I'm so grateful I did, because here I am 2 years later and could not, would not, should not wear any other makeup. This is my jam. This is what I do. So hopefully you'll have the same experience. I can help you kind of get all the little things that may pop up worked out. If you don't find what you need in this video, reach out to me. I am always here for you. If you watch this video and I hit on it and you're still not, 100% satisfied, let me know so I can help figure out something or walk you through another tip and trick, okay? All right, so without further ado, let's get started. Number one thing. Number one thing is too much product. That's actually the number one thing, but I'm going to start a different route. Let's start with base and go out, okay? So the biggest thing is to take care of your skin. I don't care what products you use. If your skincare game is like a 2, your makeup is not going to look a 10. I love that saying, and that is so true, because if you're not taking care of your skin, it's going to have dry spotches, flakes. Your makeup is not going to lay down near as good, okay? So huge thing is to, one, make sure you're using a good skincare. I do love our Seint line. There's other products I use in addition to our Seint line. If you want to get with me on, and I've got videos on it too, on stuff like the hyaluronic acid, vitamin C. I use a retinaldehyde. I've just recently added that in, and I've got one I love I can share with you. But just making sure that you're using good quality skincare, that you're exfoliating, okay? That's huge. So we do have an exfoliator mask that's awesome, but I'm going to show you another tip and trick. The first time my mom did this, we did it on a Tuesday Tips Live together, and I was like, you're going to do what to me? I was terrified. I'm going to tell you, shave that face. Fancy word is dermaplane. You can go pay somebody bigger bucks to dermaplane your face, and they will do an amazing job, get it professionally done. Or you can get things like this. You can get like little tinkle razors, very inexpensive. Do it at home. I have a video on that as well. You can see in depth, but this gets off the peach fuzz. It is a light physical exfoliation. Can I talk today? I can't. Y'all bless me. It exfoliates physically, and so when you put your makeup down, it is gonna lay beautifully. Okay, don't question it. Just go do it. I promise you, you'll be so happy. You are not gonna grow back a man beard. Okay, that's not gonna happen. All right, so here's this, putting that down. So next thing, in addition to skincare, is, let me hit this because it's kind of into skincare. Sometimes moisturizing right before you put on Seint, the cream, not necessarily the best idea in the world. Matter of fact, some ladies skip it in the morning. They don't moisturize in the morning. Some ladies are like, no ma'am, I'm going to moisturize my face in the morning. That's fine. I just tell you, wait. Some people say 10 minutes. I take it a step further. I say 20 minutes. Make sure it has really absorbed into your skin so your makeup's not sliding all over the place. So that being said, you could do your makeup without doing a primer on it. Let me show you what I've done for a long time, kind of what I've transitioned to and what I'm doing nowadays. So I have historically used the Seint setting spray to prime my face, okay? I put it on before my makeup. I put it on after my makeup. Wonderful. It does work amazing. Love it. Okay. Now, if you're super duper oily, this may not be the setting spray for you. It's a good one and it may work for you, but if you're super oily, this just might not be the one, and I've got some recommendations. Okay. So stick around with me. This is my Holy Grail primer that I use these days, and I love it. Love it. It is the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. This is some bad mamma jamma. It almost feels sticky when you first put it on your face, but that quickly goes away because I'm not like, I can't do weird textures feeling. But I mean, I can tell. I put it on, I'm like, oh, my makeup is not moving, and it's not. I use this in addition to the, what is it called? The Airbrush Flawless. It's the Charlotte Tilbury. You can see I use it a lot. I love it. I use these in combination. My makeup does not move. It stays. I love this, and I swear by this, okay? Now, there's another one I'm going to tell you about. I do not have it with me. It's called Fitish. Fitish. I think I'm spelling that correctly. That one is not for just anybody. No, like if you've got dry skin, do not go get that. Okay. If you just have kind of oily skin, that still might be too much for you. But if you have super oily skin and you've tried all kinds of primers, all kinds of setting sprays, your makeup never stays, this may be the setting spray for you, okay? It is super good. If you live somewhere where it's really humid and you sweat a lot, again, maybe a good primer, it's not a primer, good setting spray for you, okay? So those two are very important. And the reason I went ahead and included the setting sprays with the primer is because literally you can use the setting spray as your primer to help prep that face and your makeup stay. So I use these before and after, okay? So if you're gonna do that, yes, you can. All right, moving on. What's another big one? What else do we do first? Sunscreen. All right, sunscreen is huge, huge, huge. Oh, let me show you this primer too before I go into this. This is not my favorite one by any stretch, but if you have large pores, I do know some ladies that love this one. It's the Pore Professional, and by Benefit, and those kind of things you can get at, I don't know, places like Ulta. If you shop Sephora, you can get it at Sephora. You can go online and get them. There's lots of places, so no worries, okay? Sunscreen. Oh, again, before I go into sunscreen, let me say this because it's super prevalent in primers. Dimethicone, I believe is how you say the fancy word. It's the fancy word for silicone. Stay away from any products with silicone high on the ingredient list. If you can get away from it, period, that is even better. But make sure that dimethicone word is way down on the ingredient list because it is silicone. You put it on, you put your creams on, and they're just going to slide everywhere. We don't want that. So just know, they don't put it in basic English. They got a fancy word for it. Look for that word, okay? Now, moving on finally to sunscreen. Sunscreen is so very important. This is Supergoop, the unseen one. I like this one. I like the Supergoop Glow one as well. It is really good. I don't have that with me to show you right now. Another great one is Elta MD. I've not used that one. I've heard amazing reviews. It's E-L-T-A. Elta MD. If I could spell and talk today, that would be really good. There is one I've heard about. You could test this one, try it. It is by the Monet company, but it's their skincare line. It's called Veil, I think, Sun Veil, something along those lines. I hear a lot of Seint ladies love that one as well. So there's a couple of sunscreens for you to think about. Maybe I'll get some of those other ones in, test them out, do a comparison for you guys, but just know in troubleshooting, stay away from silicone. Find you a good sunscreen. I named a few different ones. Okay, now let's head out from there. So we've got our face prepped, ready to go. We're doing our makeup. Let me grab my compact. Make sure you do watch the video where I show you how to put all your stuff in your compacts. Yeah. All right, I'm just going to grab one. Whatever. Grabbing this brush. When you put your makeup on, the number one thing that goes sideways is people use too much product, okay? We're used to liquids and we're used to putting way more on. So all you have to do is take your brush and dab into it. Just see that? Dab. You're not swiping. You're going to pick up way too much product, okay? Then press. Yes, I already have makeup on my face, but just so you can see it, press it in. Some ladies like to swirl, but I would tell you to press in. You can try it different ways, but this is a really good way. You're just pressing the product in. You're stippling it, okay? Maybe with like the bronzer, with a big fluffy end brush, that one maybe swirl, but when you're putting your main highlight in, That's what I recommend doing. Try that. See if that doesn't help you. Another thing, in addition, it kind of goes with this of too much product. If you are having issues covering up, like me personally, I have old acne scarring. I get those monthly breakouts. And so if you're having an issue covering that up, reach out to me. I can kind of give you some suggestions for you personally, colors. I'm a huge fan of what I call the camo hack. And so if you don't have a camo color, I can recommend one, but you go right in, like I have, you can't really see it. I've done a good job covering it up, but you just go in and you just dab right on it. Now I'm messing my makeup now. But anyways, you dab it right there on the spot, and then you put your other colors around in our color by numbers. Plenty of videos on that you can see. And then it blends together beautifully, but you're not having to put layers on top of layers trying to cover that up. Because let me say this, texture is normal in real skin. I know filters show that there's no pores and there's no texture, and that's not real life, okay? Let's just be real. That is not real life. So keep this in mind whenever you're covering stuff up. You don't want to cake a bunch of stuff on, because that's going to accentuate that texture. It's going to make it worse. So by color correcting in the right areas, you're able to do this, have less on your face, get more coverage, and not accentuate texture, okay? If you notice that your makeup is breaking apart really easy right after you put it on, if you notice your pores are really accentuated, if it looks dry and flaky, and you have taken care of skincare, and you know you've exfoliated, you've got a great skincare routine going on, reach out to me, because chances are we may have a wrong color. And though I try my very best to always get it perfect, there have been a few instances I was off a little bit, and I will make that immediately correct. So you don't hesitate to reach out to me, okay? I mean that. I want it to be perfect for you. I want you to love it. So yeah, less is more. Less is more. Especially under eyes. Again, I've got videos. I'll talk to you, teach you, walk you through it personally, however we need to do to use less product on your eyes, teach you how to cover that, but use less product, because this skin, especially under our eyes, very, very thin. Very prone to looking crepey and really kind of standing out, especially if we pack a lot of product on. So again, I can't hammer that enough. Too much product. You'll know it. You'll feel, your face will feel sticky and tacky. That is your sign there's too much product on it, okay? And your tints will last a whole lot longer, okay? All right, so there that is. Let me tell you about this one. I'm going to share this with you. Oh my gosh. I found out about this not that long ago, and it is one of the best tips. So, because of the consistency of our contours, they're more dry. They're not as creamy as our highlight colors, okay? So they feel a little bit drier. No other way around it. During the winter months especially, ladies, notice it. We do a little trick where we'll tell you to put a heat to it, like a blow dryer, for a few seconds. Zzz, warms it up, goes on smooth. That is a great tip. It's true. But I've got makeup on, but I'm just going to show you. You can take, this is the Milani face oil, the rose oil. It comes in a little dropper, and you literally just need to put a drop straight into your contour, okay? Straight into your contour. I'm tempted to show it to you. Maybe I'll just show it to you even though I've got makeup on. Let me use one that looks kind of rough so you can see what I mean, because that's a new contour. Okay. I've used this oil in here recently, so you can tell it's kind of a little bit creamier, but I'll do it anyways, just so you can see. You just take a drop, put it right in there, take a brush, a small end brush, and swirl it around in it. It's like so creamy in there. Got it all on there. Watch how smooth this is going to go on. Look at that. Look at that. Like so super stinking smooth. I share that because that is one of the biggest things that I hear next to it feeling sticky or tacky when they first start using it, because using too much product, is the contour starts kind of feeling dry and it's kind of hard to get out, you know, and we don't want that, right? And so that other tip with the blow dryer works wonderful. I'm putting this on top of my blush and trying to blend it out. But I wanted you guys to see how smooth it will go on. So just keep that in mind. This is inexpensive. You can get this at your drugstore. I think Walmart probably carries it. It's just the Milani Rose Face Oil. Worked good, worth the investment. Some of this other stuff is a little bit pricier in comparison to like our Seint products. We just have great products and the price point is on point. So, you know, we get spoiled with that. Some of these other products I've shown you are a little bit more pricey, but that's okay. I'm just giving you some stuff so you'll have options. All right, let's talk about setting powder. When you first get started, you're going to want to set it, most likely. But what you'll notice, because it is moisturizing, it's a cream, is your face will adjust. Because typically, not always, but typically, if you have really oily skin, chances are you're probably actually dry. And I know that sounds crazy, but hear me out. So your skin gets dry, so it starts overproducing oils, okay? So you have like this transition process with your skin. That's why even oily skin ladies can wear this. Like your skin, like it just starts working. You can still use some of these other tips and tricks I was talking about with the different setting sprays. I'm about to show you some powders. But you'll notice your skin kind of changes over time. So keep that in mind. So when I first started, I would set my whole face. Now I just set parts of it and then I go on out the door. I do use, where is it? I use most days our Vanilla Dust setting powder. I do love it. Some ladies don't love it as much. That's totally fine. Not a game changer, not a deal breaker, but I love this one. I also recommend, I'm going to show you the one I really just love. I have been trying it and am like 100% sold on it. And well, I'll just go ahead and show it to you so I don't confuse you. It is the NARS one. It is more pricey, but oh my goodness, it's so good. Let me take this little pad out of it. If you have, let me just say this, if you have pores around your nose, like larger pores, or you're wanting to set your face, this is a great one. It's the Crystal Translucent NARS powder. You just take a small brush like this and just swirl it where you kind of have more of those pores. I'll take this, and I don't put it everywhere. I stinking love this stuff. It is my new favorite. Is probably gonna pass my Vanilla Dust. I do keep my vanilla. I'm back to not being able to talk. My Vanilla Dust most of the time in my compact, because, and then it's just easy when I'm out and about. I've got it. But this, I'm not gonna keep in my compact, but I do keep it at home, and I love it. That's with me pressing on it. It's just so good. It's got a little bit of a, I don't want to say a shimmer and scare you away, but I don't know if you can kind of see. It just gives it like this beautiful, not iridescent, but almost like an iridescent glow. It's beautiful. I just love this. I can't say enough about it. So it is pricier, but let me tell you about that one. All right, let's move on to the loose setting powders. This is a very inexpensive one. My great-grandma had this on her dresser for years. Grandma knew what she was doing. Her name was Granny. So Essie Mae was her name. I love my granny. But anyways, I called her Granny Vonerdor. She was onto something. She knew what was up way back then. This is the air spun. Get the translucent. Do not get a color in it. It's like $6, maybe $7 at Walmart. You guys, it's super good. I mean, it is. It's just a good one, inexpensive one. Lots of ladies like that. I don't have this one. I used to use it. I just haven't. I switched over to Vanilla Dust and I didn't go back to it. But the Laura Mercier, I know lots of Seint ladies, artists, customers who use that one. It's more pricey, but it is a really, really great one. You can get translucent Laura Mercier. I believe I'm saying it correctly. I don't speak good most days. So anyways, bear with me. Thank you for bearing with me. All right, so I talked to you about your skincare, setting powders, primers, sunscreens. I'm trying to think. I feel like there's something I'm missing out on telling you. I can't think of it right now. But if you have any questions, if you need any help in this stuff, just let me know and I will get it taken care of. I'll get all of your questions answered. I'll help walk through. And if I don't know the answer, I'll look for it and try to find it, okay? Be blessed, ladies. See you later.